Hey you guys, and welcome to another book haul, and again from that seller that I also paid 20 bucks for this. This one was, I think, even more hit than miss, but it's still okay because it evened out in the end. So let's go with the first book, and it is Our Sarah, Made in Alaska by Chuck Heath Sr. and Chuck Heath Jr. and a minute portrait by her father and brother. And it's about Sarah Palin, and you can tell by my dispassionate tone, I don't care about this book in any way, shape, or form. Definitely, if anybody really wants it, then I'll do a giveaway for it. And yeah, so that's not for me. The next book I got is interesting, and it is called American Dervish by Ayad Akhtar. I hope I pronounced that right. And it seems like an interesting book, and this is it, and I'm going to read the inside flap. Hyatt Shah is a young American in love for the first time. His normal Midwestern life, school, baseball, and video games previously was distinguished only by his Pakistani heritage and the frequent chill between his parents. We fight over things he is too young to understand. Then Mina arrives and everything changes. Mina is Hyatt's mother's oldest friend from Pakistan, independent, beautiful, and intelligent. She arrives on the Shah's doorstep with her disastrous marriage in Pakistan disintegrates. Even Hyatt's skeptical father can't deny the liveliness and happiness that accompany Mina into their home. Her deep spirituality brings the family's Muslim faith to life in a way that resonates with Hyatt as nothing as before. Studying the Quran at Maya's side and basking in the glow of her attention, he feels an entirely new purpose mingled with the growing infatuation for his teacher. When Mina meets and begins dating a family friend, Hyatt is confused by his feelings of betrayal. His growing passions, both spiritual and romantic, force him to question all that has come to believe. Just as Mina finds happiness, Hyatt is compelled to act with devastating consequences for all those he loves most. So this seems like an interesting book. So may or may not read this one. The next book that I got is The Year of the Beast by Cecilia Cassia and Nate Arell. There's a beast in all of this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping this book either, but alternating chapters of prose and comics are intertwined in a story that will break your heart and crack it wide open at the same time. It didn't matter where you were when the carnival arrived. Everyone heard it beckon, the air filled with the music that lulled each person to a dreamy calm and seemed to come from a time when life was better. It was hard to believe that a time that ever existed, safer, cleaner, quieter times, because music made everyone believe. Every summer the truck rolls in, bringing the carnival and its infinite possibilities to town. This year Tessa and her younger sister Lulu are unchaperoned and want to be first in line to experience the rides, the food, and the boys. Except this summer, jealousy will invade their relationship for the first time, setting in motion a course of events that can only end in tragedy, putting everyone's love and friendship to the test. So this does seem really interesting, but I don't know, the comics. I never was really, I like it, but at the same time, for some reason, I don't know, comics take me longer to read. I have no idea why that is, but it seems really interesting, but I'm not sure. The next book, I don't think I'll be keeping, but it's called How to Rock Braces and Glasses by Meg Haston, and this is what it's like. This, I guess, it says it's based on how that Nickelodeon TV show, How to Rock, so I guess, and this isn't the first book, I think. Okay, this is the first book, so let's see. Super stylish and vibrant Casey Simon is a associate of Marquette Middle School, but when an eye infection and a visit to the dentist leave her with Coke bottle glasses, a mouthful of metal, and a litter, Casey is dismissed by her popular friends. Falling so far down the social ladder, she can barely see the top, even with her magnifying specs. With nowhere else to turn, Casey has to hang out with her nerdy neighbor and a boy who walks to the beat of his own drum, or rather to the beat of the drummer in his band. Xander wants Casey to be their singer, but she's determined to reclaim her throne. Will she climb back to the top, or will she discover that hitting rock bottom kind of rocks? So it seems vaguely interesting, but I don't know. I'll see, but you know, it doesn't seem like my kind of thing, and yet it does. But we'll see how she goes about it. The next book is Tessa Moscow Will Go to the Prom by Emily Franklin and Brendan Houghton. This is how it looks. Let's see. Lucas and Tessa's friendship is the stuff of legend in their small western town, so it's no surprise when Lucas finally realizes his feelings are more than friendship for Tessa, and he asks her to the prom, when no one, especially Lucas, expected was for Tessa to come out as a lesbian instead of accepting his heartfelt invitation. Most of all, Lucas feels betrayed that his best friend kept such an important secret from him. When Tessa decides to bring a female date to prom while wearing a tastefully tailored tuxedo, the community is outraged. First, the school tries to ban Tessa from the dance, then they cancel prom altogether, making Tessa an even bigger target for her protesters. As Tessa deals with the firestorm of controversy, Lucas must decide if he should stand on the sidelines or if he should stand by his best friend and find a way to make sure that Tessa Moscow will go to prom. So this book seems interesting also. I'm not sure if it reminds me of this movie with this, I think it was called Queen, with the guy, except it was a guy instead of a girl. So I don't know. I like that movie. It had that boy in it. What was his name? Totally forgot. He's Sean Ashmore's brother. Keep forgetting his name though sometimes. But I don't know. We'll see. The next book is called The Next Full Moon by Carolyn Turgan. And this is how it looks. Let's see. This thoroughly compelling, gorgeously told tale begins as the weather turns warm enough to swim in the local lake. The school year's coming to an end. Ava's on the brink of becoming a teenager, and her longtime crush is definitely taking notice of her. Everything is going beautifully, happily, perfectly for Ava until she starts to grow feathers. Is she some kind of freak or something truly special? That sounds interesting. Growing feathers or something. And it's a nice short book, so that'll be interesting to read. Now coming on to some of the other reasons that I really bought this lot. The first book is Fixing Delilah by Sarah Ackler, and she did this one book that I wanted to always read, which was 20 Boys Summer, but this one seems interesting. I've been seeing this one a little around, and I'm going to read the back. Things in Delilah Hansford's life has a tendency to fall apart. She used to be a good student, but she can't seem to keep it together anymore. Her boyfriend isn't much of a boyfriend, and her mother refuses to discuss the fight that divided their family 8 years ago. Falling apart, it seems, is a Hansford tradition. Over a summer of new friendships, unexpected romance, and moments that test the complex bonds between her mothers and daughters, Delilah must face her family's painful past. Can even her most shattered relationship be pierced back together? So this seems interesting, and so I'm really excited because I've always wanted to read one of her books. So here we go. The next book is called The Last Princess, and it is by Galaxy Craze. Yeah, it's already out. So here. Happily Ever After is a thing of the past. The year is 2090. That's far. England is a barren land. Food is rationed. Oil has decimated the oceans. The people are restless. A ruthless revolutionary enacts a plan to destroy the royal family, and in a moment the king is dead. His heiress, Princess Mary, and her brother Jamie have been abducted, and no one knows their fate. Princess Eliza Windsor barely escapes and finds herself scared and lost in London's dangerous streets. With a mind for revenge and the safe recovery of her siblings, Eliza joins the enemy forces in disguise. There, she is tempted by her first taste of independence and true love. Ultimately, she must summon her courage and fight to ensure that she does not become the last princess. And this seems really interesting, so I was really happy to have it. Can't wait to read that one. I'm guessing it's not the first book. I mean, the last book, you know. So it's gonna be fun. Another series to rip my heart out. The next book is called The Invisible Sons, and this is a standalone companion to Black Hole Sun, also by David Messegill. So I guess I will probably buy Black Hole Sun because it seemed really interesting. I think I don't really have to read the first one to understand this one, as far as I know, but I still will. Then the next book I got is The Lost Girls by Anna Kelly, and I've been wanting this book very wild. I keep seeing it, and I'm just like, oh, maybe yes, maybe no. And I saw it in this lot, and I was like, yes. So here we go. No parents, no rules, no way home. 14-year-old Bonnie McDonald couldn't be more excited for a camping trip on an island off the coast of Thailand with her fellow Amelia Earhart cadets, the daughters of the men and women stationed there during the Vietnam War. But when a strong current deposits the girls on what is their boatman calls the Forbidden Island, things take a turn for the worse. A powerful storm comes to destroy their campsite. The smallest of the junior cadets is found dead. Their boatman never returns. What once seemed like a vacation in paradise has become a battle against the elements. So this seems really interesting. It's probably like Lord of the Flyest, but maybe I should actually read that one, but I haven't actually bought it yet, so ain't going. Then the next book I was really excited about is Above by Leah Bobbitt, and I just love that cover, don't you guys? Just amazing. So here we go. Iridescence. I read the word in one of Atticus' thick old books once. When I went to Jack to ask what it meant, he held his hands out, and they glowed so gentle, I thought they might kiss the air. And since that day, I wanted a place that was iridescent, that lit without burning. Being in love is sort of like that, when it's real, when it's true. It's like that, to watch Ariel smile. Matthew has loved Ariel from the moment he found her in the tunnels, her blonde hair shining and her bee wings falling away. They lived together in a refuge deep underground for those fleeing the harsh city above, as does Whisper, who speaks to ghosts, and Atticus, who has thick claws for hands, and Jack Flash, who can shoot lightning from his fingertips. But one terrifying night, an old enemy invades safe with an army of shadows, and only Matthew, Ariel, and a few friends escape above. Forced to survive in the most dangerous place he can imagine, Matthew strives to unravel the secrets, the mystery of the shadow powers, and save his own secret history. For he must find a way to remake safe, not just for himself and his friends, but for Ariel, who's again faced with the life she fled, and who needs him more than ever. So this seems really good, and this probably is not going to be the last book either. I just keep doing this to myself. I don't know why, but yay. And so for the last book, the whole reason this sort of caught my attention, besides Above, which is the statistically probability of love at first sight by Jennifer E. Armentel. So yes, you guys all probably know what this is about. Probably, I don't know. It's been going around a whole lot, and I have just been wanting to read it. So I'm finally happy, and it really is a lovely cover. Who would have guessed that 4 minutes could change everything? Whoever heard of a plane leaving on time anyhow? Haley is 4 minutes late, which doesn't seem like all that much when you think about it. It's a commercial break. The period between classes, the time it takes to cook a microwave meal. 4 minutes is nothing. She closes her eyes just for a moment, and when she opens them again, the plane is gone. Today should be one of the worst days of her 17-year-old Haley Sullivan's life. She's stuck at JFK and late to her father's second wedding, which is taking place in London and involves a soon-to-be stepmother Haley's never even met. Then she meets the perfect boy in the airport waiting room. His name is Oliver. He's British, and he's in seat 18C. Haley's in 18A. Twists of fate and quirks of timing play out in this thoughtful novel about family, connection, second chances, and first love. Set over a 24-hour period, Haley and Oliver's story will make you believe that true love finds you when you least expect it. And so that sounds really, really good. So I'm very excited for all these books, and yes, I better not update these all at the same time either. So I'm going to space them out, and those are all the books that I bought from that one seller. I know that the seller must have thought I was like stalking her or something, because I bought one, and a couple of days later I bought the other one, and then like the next week I bought another one, and then I was just like, yay, she doesn't have any more though. So I was just like, maybe, which is a good thing on my wallet. My voice is kind of going out at this point because I just did 3 book hauls in a row with fairly a lot of books, to be fair, I guess. But yeah, so you guys just tell me, have you read any of these books? If you haven't, did you just add some to your wish list or something? Or if you did read them, tell me whether or not you liked them or not, and which ones you would recommend over the others, because I would love to know. And I will see you guys later. Probably not today, or maybe later today. I do have like 2 to 3 more book hauls to do, so yeah, I bought a lot of books. I have a problem. I know, just just let it go. Oh God, I'm gonna see you guys later. Okay, bye.